Hey everybody, good morning. What's going on? As you can see, I look a little tired. Um, Me and the wife stayed up a little late last night, obviously, for the new year. So happy New Year to everyone. Happy 2024. I'm really not a New Year's resolution type of guy. Pretty much going to be continuing what I said I would be continuing last year, and that's trying to get healthier, trying to do what I need to do for myself, for my family. So just eat better, exercise more, etc., etc. But good morning and happy New Year. So as every morning, I'm going to show you guys my awesome breakfast that I made. Just random eggs and white toast. Pretty generic. Pretty tasty though. Um, so as per usual, I'm going to talk about what's going to happen today and what actually happened yesterday. Ooh, was there drama? Oh, you guys are going to love it. Or if you don't like drama, you're not going to love it. Either way. But I'm going to get a bite here because I'm hungry. I forgot a napkin, but I'm generally not a messy eater, so I should be fine. So yeah, let's recap yesterday. I said it really was going to be an uneventful day. I was going to stream, do this, do that. I streamed a little bit, got a little ragey, you know how it is. I was going to stream Overwatch 2. I hadn't played in a while, but the download took forever. And after the download happened, my kids just wanted to hang out and play, so I kind of just took the rest of the night off. And then, after they went to bed, chilled out, watched Joker on Netflix, and that was pretty much it. But yeah, so the drama from yesterday. So me and my wife tend to not open our mail very often. We get it like once a week. And as you guys know, as I have expressed to you, we are kind of fighting a custody battle right now with one of my wife's exes over our daughter. Well, we submitted a parenting time withholding form because he was on some bullshit in November, and long story short, for a few hours he refused to meet where the court mandated we meet, to drop her off. He made an excuse that his car was broken down. Come to find out, we had a letter from FOC with his official refutal about him saying he wasn't refusing. His car was broken down, and his definition of broken down was one of his tires had a lump in it, and he couldn't drive it. Now, obviously, that is a legitimate concern. However, you legally have to have a spare tire on your person. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to Google it to be 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to have a spare tire on your person at all times. He didn't. And even if he didn't, dude, go to a junkyard. You can get a tire for a vehicle for next to nothing. You can take bottles back and get a tire. So, his official statement to the court said that it was just his tire had a lump in it. So, and that's why he couldn't meet us. Now, here's the issue. We meet at 6 p.m. In between both of our cities. We told him at 9 a.m., we're meeting here. It's going to be me and, at that time, our roommate that we had, picking our daughter up from him. And at that time, at 9 a.m., he said that his car was broken down. And we're just like, okay, well, you have ample time to figure something out. Needless to say, he didn't figure anything out. The other issue was that he was also refusing to meet with me and my wife's roommate. And the issue is with that is she had to work. She has requested several times the dates off that we're supposed to meet to drop off and meet to pick up. Her job won't let her do it. So unfortunately, that's not a thing. No one else in her immediate family has the capability of dropping off, but the court system knows that we're engaged. The court system knows that I'm a responsible adult and that I drop off and pick up when need be. He was refusing that. He's just like, I'm not going to drop off to anyone other than you, which also goes against the court order, blah, blah, blah. So basically, his refutal was full of nothing but lies. And thankfully, like I've told my wife, keep everything that you have from him through text message. And we have pages of text messages basically proving that he's just lying to the court. Fortunately / unfortunately for us, the judge presiding over this custody matter is kind of a hard ass and kind of very by the book and very no bullshit type of person. So, he basically, my daughter's father, bio father, wrote this huge paragraph, or someone wrote it for him. And maybe a few sentences were about the parenting time. The rest of it was, accusing us of being in a polyamorous relationship in front of her, accusing us of lying to the court. I mean, I've got the paper. I'm not going to go through it again, but he just making a lot of allegations that aren't necessarily true. Now, me and my wife are polyamorous. We don't currently have a third. And even if we did, there's nothing legally wrong with that. Morally speaking, that's, whatever floats your boat, right? If you don't agree with it, you don't. If you do, you do. But unfortunately for him, putting that in writing to a court document, he's fucking himself royally. Because him saying that a polyamorous relationship is inappropriate to be in front of a child is the same thing as him saying that a gay relationship, man, woman, is inappropriate in front of a child. Now, I don't know if you know any gay couples with kids, but I do. And their relationships are amazing. Just like straight couples, just like, whatever. It's literally the same thing. They are not male-female relationships, but that's not illegal. There's nothing wrong with that. And kids having two dads or two moms is quite common nowadays. And it is becoming more common that polyamorous relationships are normal. These relationships, if handled correctly, are very healthy too. Giving the children more people to turn to for help, giving the children more support, letting the children know that things that aren't perceived as normal are perfectly fine. If you have something that you like my son, he likes playing with Barbies. He wants long hair so he can have pigtails. I'm like, dude, go for it. Do what you want to do. If your heart or if your emotion is pointing you towards something, that's not hurting anybody else, what's the problem there? And that is my honest to God view, and that is the honest to God view of a lot of people. So, anyway, he just has an entire refuted document regarding parenting time that is barely about parenting time, and this judge already doesn't like him. This judge is literally going to hate him now. But on the 11th, my thought is what's going to happen is we're going to go to court. Technically, we don't need to be there. It's his summons, but my wife and I are going to be there just so we know what the verdict is going to be, just so we can hear what's coming out of his mouth. We're not going to say anything. We're not going to be intimidating. We're just going to be present because we need this information. I think all the judge is going to do is just be like, dude, I don't give a fuck about anything you said in that refutal. Did you or did you not withhold your daughter from her mother for X period of time? And of course, he's going to be like, yes, but. And the judge is going to be like, no, dude, your excuse is a lump in your tire. There are several ways to get around this. Call a taxi, Uber, have someone else pick her up or drop her off, which he eventually did. But there's an issue with that, which I'm not going to discuss because that's getting way too far into stuff. But there are options. You have tons and tons of options for this, especially when you meet at 6 p.m. and we contacted you at 9 a.m. and you told us at 9 a.m. that your car was broken down. A lump in your tire is not a broken down car. So the judge is going to be like, no, dude, not cool. You owe them these hours of parenting time, blah, blah, blah. The other issue is that we've been withholding her from him for the past month or so because he has bed bugs. And he gave us bed bugs. And we've had to go through 4 treatments to get rid of them. Anyone who's had bed bugs before, whether it's, an apartment you moved into that had them, or whether, you had someone over that had them, or you know how it is. We are cleanly people. We clean constantly. So we know it's not coming from us. We know it's not coming from the apartment complex because our apartment complex is quite a nice apartment complex. And we have the damning evidence we have is that our daughter had to go to the hospital, in which case he took her to a hospital in Toledo, Ohio. We live in Michigan. And if you know anything about, we live in the middle area of Michigan, and so does he. There is a hospital 2 minutes down the road from his place. Now, he said that they don't accept his insurance. The hospital he went to in Toledo is the exact same hospital that's 2 minutes away from his house. If you haven't already found out, this dude's stupid. Legitimately dumb. So anyway, and he also made it sound like that our daughter was having like an emergency, like she was screaming, she was in pain, her stomach was super bad, and she had to be rushed to the hospital. Come to find out from the paramedics, they told him this is not emergent. That he can take her to the hospital if he wants to. But no, he didn't want that. He wanted her to go to the hospital in Toledo, Ohio, 2 hours away from us, and he wanted her to get taken by ambulance. Now, anyone that knows ambulance protocol is that those things are sterilized, cleaned out after every time they're used. Obviously. There was bed bugs found in the ambulance as they were transporting her. Bed bugs aren't going to come from the ambulance staff. They're definitely not going to come from the ambulance. The only place they could have come from are him or our daughter. That's irrefutable proof. And even if he wants to take us to court over that, there's not a jury on this planet who's not going to be like, dude, there was no bed bugs in the ambulance pre-pickup, but there's bed bugs post-pickup. So we are keeping her. We talked to front of the court. We talked to Child Protective Services just to make sure that this is a legitimate reason to keep a child from a parent. It is. Bed bugs can spread very easily. They're unhealthy. They're bad. So this is a legitimate safety concern for our child. He also hasn't actually filled out any FOC, parenting time, withholding forms. He hasn't done anything like that. He hasn't done anything that he's officially supposed to do like we have. So the judge is probably just not going to care about any of that. He's just going to be like, you kept her when you weren't supposed to. Your reason for keeping her wasn't good enough. We even attempted to say, okay, we'll come get her at your place, which he refused because he's scared of me. He doesn't want to be around me. He's intimidated by me. Cool. But dude, I don't care about you. I don't care enough about you to hurt you. I don't care about you to threaten you. You are insignificant to my life. But he refused to meet with us. He refused to let us come there until I called the police, because I did. I'm just like, he's refusing this. And they're just like, well, we can't technically do anything. We can do a welfare check. And I'm like, can you do that? He had already left his home to go to the meeting spot without telling us, by the way. Without telling us. And then he said he was there randomly an hour after it was supposed to be meeting, when he told us that he wasn't coming at all and that we couldn't go. So, and like I said, we've got all these text messages and everything that just proves everything. So that's what we had to deal with yesterday. So we've got court on the 11th that we have to go to, or we don't have to go to. We're not summoned. It has nothing to do with us. But I am still going to go. My wife is still going to go. If just even at the bare minimum to show the judge that it matters to us, that this matters, that we are concerned about our child's safety. We care about keeping parenting time at even keel. Like we would love to co-parent with her father. We would. He is an abusive piece of shit, but he is a decent father to his daughter. and that's fine. But the people he is around are not decent human beings. His place is disgusting. He has bed bugs. He's infested. So, dude, either fix your life or you're not going to see your daughter. That's just, any parent will agree with me. If your child is in danger in any way, shape, or form, from an ex, from a bio parent, you're going to keep them away. That's just how it works. So we dealt with that yesterday. So aside from that drama, the day went well. The kids, my daughter came home yesterday. She was super happy to see me. She was super happy to see mom. My son threw a little fit because my daughter wanted to play by herself when she initially came home. So he got grounded for a few hours for throwing a fit for absolutely no reason. Which he threw a fit again because he got grounded. And I'm like, dude, what do you want me to tell you? Like, you're the reason you're getting grounded. I'm not doing this. All you have to do is not throw a fit. All you have to do is not be mean to your sister. All you have to do is not be bad. And you can play like a kid. So anyway, so after all that was said and done and handled, my wife and I watched the ball drop. We had, she had a couple drinks. We, did our midnight kiss. We woke the kids up, wished them Happy New Year. They passed right back out. So it was a good night for the most part. Aside from the drama, I'm gonna dive back into this food. Now, some of you may be questioning my overshare, but I believe in full disclosure, especially if you're going to try to start a community, especially if you're going to interact with that community at a high level, It looks like I'm dropping some frames. It looks like it's stabilizing again. That's weird. That's weird. 1 second, guys. I'm trying to figure out why I'm dropping frames. I don't have anything open, anything like that. Yeah, I'm lagging like crazy. I don't know what's going on. I might have to restart OBS, but yeah. So I'm just gonna stop the recording, upload this to YouTube, and try to figure out why my internet's being crap. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being here. I love you, and I will see you later on today if my internet can stabilize.